Very good afternoon to everyone, and we wish you a happy Independence Day. It has been 75 years that we have been free from the British rule. So finally, this day is actually the reminder that India has struggled a lot to achieve its independence. In addition to this, still we are struggling with few of our problems, and let's pledge this Independence Day that we are going to create Aatma Nirbhar Bharat. So today, the topic of our session is Aatma Nirbhar Bharat with the women, right? So I would like to welcome you all. So the next thing, we would like to invite our speaker, whose name is Dr. Swetha. She is an assistant professor at Sri Sai Nath Institute of Higher Learning, Andhra Pradesh. So we welcome you, ma'am. I hand over the stage to you.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's my honor to be in this session today, and a happy Independence Day to one and all. Just give me a second. I'll share my screen. Thank you so much for welcoming note. And I'm Dr. Swetha THIRUCHANURU, assistant professor in Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. So today I'm discussing with you all on Self-Reliant India, the role of women's empowerment in its attainment. So dealing in detail about the Self-Reliant India, as the introductory speaker told about Aatma Nirbhar Bharat. It's a roaring mantra. Can somebody text in in the chat box what exactly your understanding on Aatma Nirbhar Bharat? Just take 2 seconds or 1 minute of time and type in the chat box. What did you really understand the concept of Aatma Nirbhar Bharat? Self-reliant? Yes, exactly, Professor. It's self-reliant. Okay, so let us discuss in detail about what exactly means Aatma Nirbhar Bharat and why now. So the state of the world today, it teaches us that Aatma Nirbhar Bharat is the only path. Because if you see the concept of the Aatma Nirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji also announced 20 lakh crore rupees of economic package under this Aatma Nirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, because it is to lead the country out of the coronavirus crisis or any black swan. Right now, we are dealing with black swan pandemic. So by dealing this crisis, by making India as a self-reliant nation. And it is our responsibility to ensure that this 21st century belongs to India, and the path to this is the only one, that is a self-dependent nation or self-reliant India. So why now? So why we are emphasizing or highlighting this concept of self-reliant? So a nation today, if you see, we stand at a very important juncture. It is a big disaster that has brought a signal to India. Whatever the black swan, whatever the pandemic that we are undergoing now, it has given a signal, it has given a message to us and brought an opportunity for us, that is to be a self-reliant, where we are taking care of. Self-reliant nation is it's not completely, or it's not merely taking care of our nation. It is like whole soul is, the world is one family. If you see the whatever the current scenario, whatever we are helping to US, so it's like it's like mutual helping or mutually growing. So the concept in Sanatana Dharma, we have, it's a Vasudhaiva Kutumbam. The world is one family, and the India's definition of self-reliance take into account that needs of a globalized world. So we should be self-reliant first. We should be independent of. It may be a Make in India, or it may be startup culture, or it may be in case of entrepreneurship development. Anything, we should be a self-reliant. That leads to the economic development of a nation. That leads to the helping of the rest of the world. So in this context, the 5 pillars of Aatma Nirbhar Bharat that has defined as an economy, infrastructure, system, demography, and demand. So we will discuss in this session in detail. I need everyone's participation because all are very enthusiastic and all are well-known professors. All are very interesting students who are attending this session. So participate whenever the discussion is there for quality discussion. So hope everyone know what is this, right? It is an iceberg. So if you see the iceberg concept, many of you know the iceberg philosophy. So the tip of the iceberg, we see is only this much. And the bottom of the ocean, if we see the iceberg, it's like 80% of the iceberg is beneath the ocean and 20% of the iceberg is on the top of the ocean. So why I am, discussing this iceberg theory here? Because women, I'm moving into the concept, the role of a woman. Women is, the 80% of the potential are hidden. And if that, it's an innate. If that innate and inherent capabilities of women are tapped, then definitely, she will lead to the, nation's growth and so on. So we will discuss in detail about, the concept in the further slide. So what is the role of women in Sanatana Dharma? In the Vedic period, women treated as a gift of the society. Swami Vivekananda said, Nari to Narayani, which means, oh dear women, you are equal to goddess. So women during the Vedic period enjoy the high status with men in all aspects of life. It may be the philosophy, it may be, economics, it may be the astronomy, any sector, any field if we take. In the Vedic period, women, they enjoy the high status with men in all aspects of life. Okay, so Swami Vivekananda said, there is no chance for the welfare of the world unless the condition of women is improved, and it is not possible for a bird to fly with one wing. So this emphasizes the role of a woman, the importance of a woman in whatever the field that we take. And let us discuss the women who are redesigning the world in the both aspects. In the retrospect we will discuss and the prospect we will discuss. So it is estimated that women in India contribute 17% of national GDP as against the global average of 40%. This is according to the McKinsey report. And the lack of women in the workforce, it lowers the average Indian household income, and that in turn affects average purchasing power and further slows down the economy and so on. So everything here is interlinked. Women participating in decision making, women participating in the labor workforce, or women participation in the workforce. So everything is, it really matters and it affects on the economy. So if you see the retrospect, so the need for Indian society to revert to the ancient way of thinking, because women was not a mere object or a person, who is taking care of the family. She fought for a cause. She fought for, their nation. She, they fought for, they look after the family at the same time. They treat, all the activities, that has given to them. And the great philosophers also in the Vedic period, that we take, I'm just taking, we have n number of examples. I'm just taking one pearl among them, among all. If we take Gargi, Mother Gargi, so she was an Indian philosopher in Vedic literature. She is honored as a great natural philosopher. Natural philosopher means, it's like participating in any debates or participating in any decision making. So she was a great woman in that period of time. And she was a renowned expounder of the Vedas. And she was also known as a Brahmavadini. We call, she also known as a person with knowledge of Brahma Vidya. So why I'm, taking this example, which means, in those days, women are the extremely, participative in all the fields, whatever they are in. And let us move to the, move forward into the next era. So the first Indian lady pilot was Sarla Thakral. At the age of 21 years of age in 1970, she became a Indian, first Indian pilot. So there are no bounds for women. There are no limitations for women. If she decide to deal with it, she can deal with that. So education, what is the role of education and empowerment, and how it helps to the self-reliant nation? Can somebody, just think in this angle? I'll get back to you in the next slide. Okay, so what is the role of education and what is the role of empowerment? The word empowerment, as per my recent times, that we are frequently using, and it has become a very popular word that we are using the word frequently, women empowerment. Whereas in ancient times or Vedic times, we don't have that word women empowerment, because there was no need of using that word empowerment separately. No one, no need of empowering the women, because the innate nature of a woman is a bound of, it's a combo of all the qualities. But now, because of, it may be economic changes or social changes and so on, there is a need and hour to discuss on this concept, that is a woman empowerment. So if you see the role of women in different, various nations, okay, women definitely plays a crucial role in the economic development of a nation. Do you agree with me? How many of you agree if I say the role of women in nation's economic development? Definitely, it impacts. If she involves in participation, it may be, in case of an entrepreneur, or in case of any work, or in case of any duty, women definitely plays a crucial role in nation's economy. If you please agree with me, can you please say yes in the chat box? If no, we will discuss in that angle also. Yes, thank you so much for your participation. Women plays a crucial role in nation's economy. So if you see the research, reports also, the parity between the developed and developing nations, or developed and developing nations. So the nation where the women participation is more, it may be a workforce, or it may be a startup, or it may be any kind of thing, decision-making thing. So we can easily identify the nation's GDPs where the women participation is more, and the nations where women participation is less. We'll discuss in detail about that. As I told you in the introductory slide, the women, the iceberg concept, if you remember that the picture which I have shown, the iceberg concept, women has a lot of potentials, inherently by nature. So women have always been able to seamlessly manage multiple responsibilities and multiple challenges. So it's like, a 360-degree angle, if you give, we have Sabyasachi, we have a word called Sabyasachi, right? So it is like that. Women is equal to Sabyasachi. So, though physically, women has two hands, but she can manage a multiple task, whatever that has come to her. So that is a skill actually, but for women, it is an inherent, by innate nature of a woman, is she is a multiple multiple task doer. She manages with the family, she takes care of home, she takes care of the, peer level people in the office, she takes care of her enterprise, she look after her children. So whatever the role you give, she can do 100 to 200%. She can fulfill that responsibility. So she is a multitasker by nature. And let me ask you a question. I just spent 1 minute time. What can you learn from your mother? What can you learn from your mother? Or what you feel that your kid, if you are a mother or already, what you feel that, your kid can learn from you? Can you please type in the chat box quickly? I just spent 1 minute time for this activity. Yeah, Hanumanji, everything on the earth that can be learned. And professors, yeah, love and patience and confidence, caring, all in one. She is the first teacher. Love and care without anything in return, selfless. Yeah, no words can define the role of mother. Great. to behave all in one, wonderful, and to get up every time we fall, selfless love. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So if you see, being a mother or being a woman, your kid can learn something from you, or being a woman, something that you can learn from your mother or, mother-in-law or whoever. So definitely, women is a very distinguished person and very unique person in this creature. So let me, So let us discuss, what are the management things that we can learn, from a woman or from a mother. So because in Indian culture, we treat every woman as equal to mother. So that is the reason I have mentioned, what we can learn from a mother, but it means that what we can learn from a woman. So she can plan, she's a very good at, planning management. And she's very good at financial management, money management. If you give 1,000 rupees, she know how to spend that 1,000 rupees. And she's a multitasker, and she can understand the, say for example, if 4 people in a family, 4 people are, having a different mindset. She can understand each and every mindset, differently. She can deal, with every person in the family in a different way. That is a skill of an entrepreneur too. The market is different from one market to another market. Women can learn, because that skill, that innate skill can definitely help to understand the different markets. Networking abilities, she managed with husband, she managed with father, brother, or, or daughters in the family, or, members in the family, and network in the professional life. So she had that, networking abilities. So for even entrepreneurs, so networking abilities is one of the key aspects, that everybody has to imbibe. So for women, it is a, innate nature. And as somebody, many of you has typed in the chat box, a selfless love, women, it's rarely expect that recognition. I can say, women in the family, no women expect that, that work has to be recognized. It's a selfless work, karma yoga. Women is an embodiment of karma yoga. She does the work, and she never bothered about, she never attached with the fruits of that particular work, that has been done. So that attached detachment also for an entrepreneur, it is an essential thing to reach the pinnacles in the corporate world, or, in the startup market or whatever, this attached detachment is also one of the quality, but that is an innate quality of a woman. So the successful traits of entrepreneur, it is the innate qualities of a woman. But only the thing is, we should know that, as like, everyone knows that lion story, right? Lion is hiding under the guise of, as a sheep. So we should know that, we should know that, we have all these qualities. So it is just, hidden, like the iceberg, like how the 80% of the iceberg is beneath the ocean. All these innate qualities are hidden. Only the job is that we need to untap. So till now we have discussed about the retrospect of Indian women. Let us discuss about the prospects. What is exactly happening now. So in this context, I would like to discuss with a very inspiring characters from recent world. From recent scenario. So I would like to highlight about the Tessie Thomas ma'am, that is Agni Putri of India. So she is this is the first ever women director of an Indian missile project. So she who makes every woman feel proud about herself, that is Tessie Thomas, is a well-known face of DRDO who became the first woman to lead a successful missile project, that is Agni. So she is fascinated about her work at DRDO and shares her story that she has never felt gender discrimination at work, which proves that your hard work and goal-oriented mind can never pull you down. So women are even, retrospect, like how, I have highlighted about the retrospect, even in the prospect also, women are proving that, they are the Agni Putris of India. So let me highlight, because, people may think that, okay, well-educated people only can play play a key role for economic development of India. It's not. Let me, discuss with the example of Adivasis from Araku Valley. Araku Valley is a very famous tourist place in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. And the Adivasis, I think, everybody, have you heard about this Araku coffee? Can you please type in the chat box, have you heard about this Araku coffee? And now it has become an international brand too. Yeah, Araku coffee, it's the coffee seeds that, they get from the Araku Valley. And these are the women, who I'm presenting here. So these Adivasis, they are behind the Araku Valley coffee. Recently, if you just Google also, probably you will get the recent information because it's very contemporary information. So this Starbucks has collaborated with Araku Coffee now. So now it has become an international brand. See, the rural people, the Adivasis of interior place of India, they are very illiterate, but they are also participating in the economic development, for the development of a nation. So please, just connecting the dots, I'm just, going in an order. Please think in this angle. At the conclusion session, I would like to discuss with you all. Okay. And let me take another example of a Lijat Papats. Many of you would have heard about this Lijat Papats. See, this is, this brand was founded by 7 Gujarati homemakers at a very minimum, very minimalistic investment, the loan of rupees 80. With 80 rupees of investment. See, education is not a barrier, to participate in the nation's development. Money or, financial scarcity is also doesn't matter if you would like to, if we are determined to participate in the nation's development, because it's already proved by the Lijat Papad women. So they have started with rupees 80. And now the business, it has expanded, and the business is, 1,600 crores. So it grew exponentially to a business worth of a 1,600 crore business. Where is 18 rupees? Where is rupees 80 and where is 1,600 crores? So this is the power of a woman. If she determines, she can do anything. That determination, that power, that if we untap that, she can do miracles. And let me highlight another example, she taxis. See, this one call taxi services around India, they offer a very reliable transport services for women by a woman. This is a need and hour that women is, women can participate in the field, women can do any activity. If needed, women can fight for the cause, if needed. So, another example, because in the 21st century, many youngsters are having a taboo that, outer experience. It's attention, it may be imposed by the network where we are in, the outer experience really matters. But shape shows that outer experience doesn't matter and inner strength is matter than anything else. See, she's a pride daughter, I can say, where the young girls across the globe are depressed about their looks and body shape and so on. She is Lakshmi Sa, who had a terrible family condition and suffered from acid attack that distorted her face and life. But still, it's like, she bounced back. She bounced back with fountain of energy. And now she is the face of courage of Viva and Diva apparel brand. See, why I'm telling about, taking her as an example. Education background doesn't matter. Financial background doesn't matter. Our outer, appearance doesn't matter. Then what matters? Just think in this angle. Just think in this angle. I'll come back to you. And another example I would like to highlight about Arunima Sinha. See, she's many of you people know about her, I guess. See, she is a firstly, I can say, we should applaud her for her resilience, courage, and never give up attitude. That's what I have. I'm telling again and again, women has, it's like, just remember that iceberg, which I have shown in the slide 1. Women on the tip of the iceberg, what we see, it may be 20%, but hidden talent or hidden inherent potential, it's like limitless. See, she's a national volleyball player, and she's the first female amputee to climb the Mount Everest. She lost her leg when a gang of goons threw her out of a running train when she withstood against them. And she has also won a Padma Shri award and many other appreciation and recognitions. What the very impressive concept or very impressive thing about Arunima Sinha is, she says, we chart our own destiny. Whatever the field you take, if you would like to set up a startup, you have to decide your destiny. If you'd like to take any decision in your life, you have to decide your destiny. So we chart our own destiny. So she says, it is my firmest conviction that luck will favor those who have the drive and the tenacity to win. Generally, people say that, she's very lucky. But behind that lucky, whatever the hard work, that she kept, whatever the obstacles, whatever the pains, whatever the ups and downs that she underwent, only she knows. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you, luck comes, or the success comes only when we have that notion that I have to deal with this, I have to tackle with this. So my concluding thoughts, in each of our role, women to step up, be a role model, be a mentor, and motivate and build next generation talent to make this Aatma Nirbhar Bharat a reality. This is the possible with every mother, every woman in that case. So education starts at home. And as a mother, as a woman, be aware and educate your girls, educate your children to be independent and help them dream big. Set the big goals. Let them think big. Give that. Let us take that freedom of thinking big. And being a woman as a mother, so educate your boys to respect women, to believe in the strengths of women and her magic, because women can, not just to the home, but also to the society. She can add value to the society. And so I'm just, correlating with the iceberg to the Himalayas, where the iceberg, if we empower the women can become like a Himalayas, where, Himalayas are protecting the world, women can protect the nation. So now my question to you all, the 5 pillars of Aatma Nirbhar Bharat: economy, infrastructure, system, demography, and demand. So in what way that you can contribute towards these 5 pillars? Just please ask yourself, and if I would like to see your answers in the chat box if possible. So what is your role, or what is your contribution towards these 5 pillars? Would like to contribute to the economy, would like to contribute to the infrastructure or system, digitization, or the demography and demand? Just ask yourself, and please, answer in the chat box. Yeah. So, So to make India self-reliant and to sustain and tackle any black swan event in the future, women must be self-reliant in whatever the action that she does. So therefore, it is a need to sensitize them on the usage of a digital platform too. That is what in the 5 pillar, one of the pillar is a digitization, digital. So let us help each other. Let us grow each other. If your people or if your team is not knowing, just help them or learn them. Okay, so learn from them. So in the future, it's my opinion there will be no female leaders there will be just leaders. Because if we teach a girl, you are not just imparting education to a woman, but to your family that will later help in nation building. A leader is a leader. A leader is a leader. It's not based upon the gender. So I'm done with my session. So if you have any questions to ask, I'm ready to share my opinions in that. Thank you so much.
So anyone having any question can type in the chat box, or you can just raise your hand so that we can unmute you and you can ask your questions and discuss with ma'am. So, ma'am, as we have no further questions, so we would like to thank you for such a wonderful and a nice session that we have learned. So I personally learned that we cannot imagine a Aatma Nirbhar Bharat without the role of the woman, right? So we can see right from the home, whenever we are not able to find anything, we just rush to the woman of our home and we know she'll tell us the exact location and we'll find whatever we was looking for. So we cannot imagine a world without the woman. So it was really insightful session, ma'am. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure to participate. Thank you so much. Thank you.